we take a look at the viewers' top 10 voted by you. We look at the 2017 Team Hypo. Fool 13 goes on a tour of London and comes back to tell the tale. And plenty more besides on another live episode of Hurricane Week, Day 6, Saturday. One more to go. Good evening, this is Force 13 live again for Hurricane Week Day 6. My name's Nathan Foy and it's probably the one all the viewers have been waiting for. The viewers' top 10 is tonight. But first of all, let's introduce the team who will be giving their live reaction whilst we do that. Hello everyone, good evening. We're joined by Strat, Hank, Dane, Gabe, Isaac and Devon. Packed house this evening.
Awesome.
Hello, everybody.
How is everyone?
Hello,
Good?
everyone else.
Hello.
I'm
Great.
doing great.
Hello.
Sounds like a fun evening to be had. Well, I worry about asking this question. Are you worried to find out what the viewers' top 10 is going to be, or do you have faith?
Very I have perfect 100% faith in our YouTube community that they are going to correctly analyze every single bit of data that is available to them within the internet to produce the best possible decision for their favorite storm ever.
Nice joke.
Oh no.
Is it a joke? I never realised. Well, before we do look at the top 10, we can actually analyse the viewers' top 40, from 40 to 11. And let's see if that gives you any hope, first of all. Let me just see if I can get on my screen, first of all. But before, whilst I'm waiting for that, is there anything you guys wanted to mention quickly?
Not really.
Oki looks terrible.
Oki looks terrible. It's supposed to be a major hurricane equivalent storm, but it looks awful.
Yeah, well, the microwave imagery continues to show a well-defined eye in the storm, but it's just the outflow is just getting absolutely demolished by 20 to 25 knot wind shear. So it's probably got the low-level winds perfectly fine, but the upper-level structure is just terrible.
Before we look at the viewers' top 40, I just want to read out a few wildcard voters out there by the looks of things. Storms that didn't make the top 40 but got at least one vote. Actually, ironically, the Great Storm of 1987 got 2 votes during the voting contest. Don't know how.
Nice.
Well, I've lost all hope right away.
Oh boy. Really? One person did vote for the 1635 Colonial Hurricane.
Oh, that's
Sound
cool.
interesting.
I remember one person voting for the 1635 hurricane during last year's Hurricane Week as well.
Was it you?
People, I think. Nope.
More interesting votes. I mean, not many people voting for some of these. Oh yes. Also, I was very pleased to see this. One person voted for Lee 1. Well, not really very pleased, but I thought it was funny. They actually specified that it was Lee 1 that they wanted.
Lee 1 over Lee 2.
Why do we want them, though?
Yeah, the final vote tally, there were 1,426 votes submitted during the voting period, which was something around 15 days or so. It might have been a bit less than that, but quite a little while. But over 1,000 votes, which I think is about 10 times the amount we got last year. So that's remarkable. Well, let's take a look then at the top 40 then. And here is the first 10. 40 to 31, Angela down there. 1934 Maroto Typhoon.
It's interesting how Angela's all the way down there, yet it's been like on what, 4 of the top 10s?
Well, yeah. Hurricane David in 34, even though it somehow made it to 11 or 12 on 413's top 10s, don't know how. Hugo down there as well, Andrew at 31.
Yeah, I would think Andrew would be higher. I would think Andrew's higher.
A bit strange.
Yeah.
Alright. Gilbert down there as well. The Okeechobee Hurricane at 26.
Wow.
Sandy only makes it to 22. Typhoon Gay at 21. Typhoon Mike at 25. Sorry, Devon.
That's a lot higher than I thought.
Really?
Hey, that's a lot higher than I thought Typhoon Mike was going to get.
Huh?
I was
14
personally one of those votes for Typhoon Mike, probably two of them, but because you could vote twice for a storm, but if it appeared on two different lists anyways. But yeah, I'm actually surprised it got that many votes. I didn't think it would.
Oh, I think we also had 2 votes for the Medicaine as well, just so everyone. It's ridiculous.
Oh no!
Ridiculous.
Oh,
Me personally, I'm rather triggered by the fact that Ophelia will be heard.
Oh yes, number 23.
How
you
is
serious?
Ophelia on that list? How?
It was a notable
That's
storm. It was a notable storm for just how far it trekked. I mean, when you've not got good satellites have never seen a storm get that far, have they?
Not a major.
Not really.
You know, you go back to Debbie, and we don't know whether that was tropical when it hits Ireland. Faith, we really don't know about that one, to be honest. You're going back a long time to find supposed tropical cyclones so far north and east. Anyway, 2211 looks like this. Oh dear.
Oh, Manuel got that many votes. That's a surprise. I was actually,
We do have a rather large Mexican fan base, so that doesn't surprise me too much.
Iniki at number 11.
Yeah.
And Nikki all the way. Well,
It beat
it was the
Camille
same
and
year.
Katrina.
Well, you got to realize also, Iniki disrupted the filming of I think it was Jurassic Park 3.
yeah.
Yeah, they actually filmed some
one of
shots
the one
from
of the
it,
Jurassic
so
Park movies, and so there's a large lore going around with Iniki as far as people in the Jurassic Park Steven Spielberg fandom stuff.
So this is what the
Yeah.
viewers think so far. 4211 there. Katrina has bombed out this year. In the negative
Yeah,
way.
that's kind of. Yeah, that's.
Tanked.
Hello.
Ryan, should we mention Hurricane Maria at 18th?
And as far going back to Nikki shortly, as far as I know, I believe they filmed some of the shots, the B-roll from Nikki onto Jurassic Park in a final edit.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, too.
Someone
That's
has said, wow, Maria's only 18.
Only, well, some people might think it's. Some people think that PTC 10 is number 1. If it is,
No.
if it is, I will eat a Force 13 merchandise cap.
We should have done a
do
troll
have
campaign at PTC 10 all the way up.
I do have one.
Number 1 would be Tropical Disturbance 03L of 2016.
No more, please. Okay then, so are we ready to take the plunge and find out what number 10 is?
I'm scarily
Yeah.
ready.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Let's
We're
go.
all very scared. Okay,
Yes.
we'll just leave it on here for a moment and hopefully I'll find the right buttons to press to find out what number 10 is. Number 10 looks like this. Cyclone Nargis.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
At least
Good.
they have some
Okay,
Um,
that makes it reasonable.
Nagus.
some
There it is.
storm that was probably highly underestimated in terms of its death toll.
32
Yeah.
votes.
It caused like over 100,000 deaths, right?
Yeah.
And almost
40 something.
And it's also severely underestimated because of the amount of bodies that were probably washed away due to the really marshy area of the Irrawaddy Delta.
Yeah.
And if I just
Like,
mispronounced that, I'm really
Exactly.
sorry.
And what?
Haven't we seen Nuggets on another list this week because that track
It was
looks
on our
slightly
first
familiar.
one. It was on our first, the deadliest storms.
And also wasn't the storm surge like incredibly high around that area because of the way?
Yeah, because again, the Delta is an extremely
Yeah.
low-lying area.
And it
Yeah.
also pushed its own storm surge about 20 miles inland.
More than that, it was. I think I read something closer to 35 miles inland.
Well, that's even worse.
Yeah. Going back to what Devin said earlier about the bodies not being counted properly. Not just that, just being washed out of the delta. That and the government response to the storm was awful.
Horrible. It was completely terrible. If I'm not mistaken, it was. I don't think I've ever seen a government respond so poorly to any storm than this government and how they responded to Nargis. It was.
Well, I guess I wouldn't go that far because
Yeah.
I do have to say this right now. The United States government's response to Katrina was also really terrible. So
Yeah.
I would not put it up that high. But yeah, the Burmese government. This is way off topic, but the Burmese government's just not the greatest thing in the world.
All right.
They're just trying to cover up stuff, make themselves look good.
Let's take a look at number 9
And the
then.
Bangladesh
Okay.
government
Keep
also
going.
was the response to the Ebola cyclone was also really, really bad.
Oh, it was 1970.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but it was still like worse than it probably could have been.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to number 9 then. Any idea what you think it's going to be?
No, because this is the public, and the public is going to vote practically anything.
Here comes number 9. It looks like this.
What? Rita?
Rita.
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 Wow.
I have no idea.
Well, that's
Whoa.
Let me get this straight. So Rita got ahead of Katrina.
And Camille.
What?
well. You have to. Well, I think it is sort of deserved because Rita, caused the largest evacuation due to a natural disaster, at least in the United States. So, primarily because of Katrina.
I thought that Irma caused a bigger evacuation. That probably isn't true, but that's what I read somewhere. I think
It's possible. I've not
I think they
crunched the numbers fully yet.
We should probably wait for the official numbers to come in on that. But as far as I know, Rita caused the largest evacuation.
It is very possible that Irma beat it, however.
Over 4 million evacuees.
I don't know
from
what this video
Hurricane
is,
Rita.
so pardon me if it's a rubbish video. Oh, it's this. It's
Yeah.
just a little
And
3D.
Oh,
It's what it looked like
great.
before it reached its own. It's
That
what
was
Rita
beforehand,
looked
yeah.
like before it reached its own peak.
the sad thing was that like even before the storm even came ashore or even started really heavily affecting the area, people were dying because of the heat over there because the traffic jams were extremely bad. And I read somewhere sorry to interrupt, but I read somewhere that there was a bus for the elderly people, and it was so hot because they're in that traffic jam, it exploded, and I think it killed, half of the elderly in there, or all the elderly that were in the car, and that was even before the storm even made landfall or came near there, I should say.
There are more people that died in the evacuation than the storm itself.
Yeah.
I can't think of another
And
storm
that
that's done
happens. And that actually happens more than people would probably like to admit to happening. Especially when you have a very large scale evacuation like you did with Rita here. So it's just all the more things that say, as soon as those evacuation orders come out, don't waste your time and just get out, get away from these storms. Don't wait, because if you get caught in these traffic jams, it's a really miserable place to be.
This is an assortment
Yeah,
of images
and
from
the thing
Rita.
with Rita is that they didn't open up. They didn't have contraflow during the storm. They didn't open up the southbound lanes for the people who are going northbound away from the storm to use. So there are images where the southbound lane was completely empty, but the northbound lane had people going out of the lanes into the grass and trying to go, and they're still going less than 10 miles per hour. Much less than 10 miles per hour.
This is
And
one of the most
what they did
telling
during
pictures from
Ike-
Rita, Hank.
That's rather amazing. It reminds me a lot of Ike coming, obliterating whole neighborhoods.
Ike was that storm was in a whole different ballpark. Oof.
However,
Well, I'm just saying that this image looks like something that I could have produced.
funny thing is, Ike is 78 in our voting contest.
What?
I know.
What?
I have no idea why.
What? How?
Why?
I have no idea why.
I'm not. I don't know how to.
The highest,
That deserves more attention.
The highest CDPS value to a storm to hit Texas since 1988, and it only got
Well, people don't
number
vote based off the
78.
CDP.
It's insane.
Hurricanes hit Texas too, and not just Florida.
Really?
That's probably what
Yeah.
everybody's thinking is all the hurricanes hit Florida and they completely missed Texas.
Oh yeah, they never hit Louisiana, Mississippi, or
And-
Alabama either.
Yeah.
Yeah, South
No,
Carolina, North
no, they
Carolina.
just-
completely fared.
No, they just threw those all away and said every hurricane made landfall.
And if you live far enough west, you just consider all that Mexico, anyways.
Okay, shall we move on to number 8?
Yes.
Yes.
Good idea.
Yes.
So that one had 41 votes, Rita. Here comes number 8 as soon as I can get it up on my screen. This might take a minute. Quite helpful if it was going to be a little bit more speedily for me, but I'll just have to stall for time just for a few more seconds until it does appear. There it is. It's Hurricane Mitch.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mm.
Ooh. This
I've
one.
only got pictures of this to show you, but there's plenty of them. Who wants to talk about
Yeah,
Mitch?
this-
That's an early one.
Go ahead, Hank.
Wow, that's actually a very interesting picture of Mitch. Just saw.
That's
I've
in its
never seen that one.
Not that
Didn't-
one, but the one before it.
Yeah, there's quite
Yeah.
a few. Just
Yeah,
zipping through them.
I believe that most of the deaths caused by Mitch were due to its flooding, if I'm not mistaken, because of
Oh,
it basically
by far.
nearly
Yeah.
stalled and moved really slowly along the area.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, it was actually what happened was it was originally its track was going to be it was supposed to make landfall somewhere around Belize, but it just stalled and it just went down to the south at a very slow pace and just made a Cat 1
actually-
landfall and it made a Cat 1 landfall and it just caused all this extremely heavy rainfall all around Central America and around Honduras and Nicaragua, Panama, Yucatan Peninsula. It just moved very, very painfully slow until it just finally cleared almost a week later. And hold on, Hank.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's Hank's turn now.
I'm sorry, you're kind of.
Now it's Hank's
Well, I'm
turn.
sorry. Okay,
Go
well,
ahead.
I've been interrupted like 5 times throughout that. But the thing with Mitch is that they actually had no clue at all where it was going. It was stuck in an area of very weak steering currents. It's actually stuck in a col,
Mhm.
which, and if you don't know that's basically an area between 2 ridges, 2 troughs. You have absolutely no clue what to do. The best thing to do with a call is to forecast storm to move southwest, which is basically what Mitch did. So, Yucatan landfall, that could have been possible if the ridge to its northwest had been a little bit stronger. It actually just
Lots
moved
of
south.
satellite pictures of Mitch.
And didn't to agree with your statement there? Wasn't Joaquin in a call for a short time too?
Oh, there's a picture from a Hurricane Hunter aircraft in Mitch's
Yeah,
I
eye.
don't know.
Joaquin was another example of a storm and a call.
And one more great example of a call is actually a storm this year.
Well, we will find out what that one was if the signal were to come back.
Connection went.
I don't know for sure. Nah.
In fact, I can't think of any storms this year that were stuck in a call.
Uh,
Oh, no.
I mean,
Well,
Sydney
okay,
was
then
for, like-
if you guys can't know, then I can tell you right now. It was Noru, and I remember watching it. Hey, I'm just gonna say, if you guys don't know, I know. Sorry, but it was stuck in a call, especially during an update, just moving at a very slow pace, rapidly intensified, and then after a while, it eventually moves.
It wasn't a call, it was just the fact that it was interacting with the app.
Mitch actually
that's what-
rapidly. Most storms actually rapidly intensified while it was accelerating. rather than decelerating. It didn't start weakening until it slowed down, where the upwelling cold waters basically started to degrade the cyclone as it moved south.
That, and it was moving closer and closer to mountainous areas of Honduras, which also started to rip up the inner core a little bit.
Tell us about the
So it did
effects
make
of the storm.
Category 5.
What, Nathan?
Tell us
I
about
didn't
the
say it was a
effects of
category
the
five.
storm.
Like
20,000
deaths.
20,000 deaths. I don't think we need to say anything else. 20,000 deaths
Yeah.
from Mexico around Central America.
Well, if
It's
you
like
want to
the
be
second,
if you want to
the
be
second-
specific,
It's the second deadliest Atlantic hurricane, I think, right?
possibly. Mitch, right?
Something like
As of right now, Mitch, official as far as reliable records go back, is the deadliest Atlantic named storm in the modern period. The only other storm that possibly even exceeds that total is the Great Atlantic Hurricane of 1780, which possibly killed up to over 25,000, maybe a little bit even more than that. But those are still, but reliable records in the Atlantic didn't even start till 1851. So yes, it is technically it's the second deadliest, but as far as that, it may very possibly be the deadliest storm in the Atlantic Basin.
Also caused pretty heavy rains over south central Mexico as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some places received up to 78 inches, I think it was. And that's going to happen when you have a storm stall over an area for practically a week. Think of it like
Yeah.
Harvey times like 5, like right
Especially
over Central America.
Sorry for cutting you off, but I was going to say especially over mountains where the storm's getting shredded.
All right. Let's get on to our next
and the
storm.
mountains
If I
made
may.
it worse because as the rainfall came down, it started to create mudslides, and that flooded entire villages and killed people within not just Honduras but all Central America.
Okay. Let's take a look at the next storm, and that actually leads on quite nicely. It's the Great Hurricane of 1780. This is the only animation I've still got of the storm. This is number 7 at 47 votes.
Yeah, this was probably the worst hurricane to ever impact the Lesser Antilles. The second worst storm I would say for Lesser Antilles is probably Irma. And that doesn't really even come that close to the Great Hurricane of 1780.
I think the victims of David would like to have a word with you.
Well, that wasn't the Lesser Antilles. David
caused most of its deaths, I think, over the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, it did.
Not
Yeah,
the
it
Lesser
did,
Antilles.
Yes, it did, but that's because nobody lives.
I think you mean the Okeechobee Hurricane of 1928, what caused quite a significant amount of fatalities around the Lesser Antilles and the Leeward Islands.
Yeah, well, Barbuda was practically wiped off the map by Irma. But let's get back to the actual storm at hand.
Any of you surprised that it got 47 votes?
A little bit, yeah, but not too much.
Doesn't really surprise me considering it's the deadliest hurricane in Atlantic history, and everybody loves the Atlantic so much.
That's true.
I guess.
Let's see, 27,000 deaths, plus or minus 3,000.
Gee, who knows?
Stalled right through the the Lesser Antilles as a Category 5 of a intensity we can only guess. I believe 9,000 people alone died on the island of Barbados. And remember that this is 1780. This is during the middle of the American Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then
French forces were staying in the Lesser Antilles. They had their bases there. And once the storm hit, it caught everybody off guard, and the really high level of storm surge flooded all their bases, killing a good chunk of the troops that were staying there. If this wouldn't have happened during that time, then the death toll would probably have been lower. but unfortunately, it just so happened to have happened during the height of the American Revolution.
Well, there we are. That's number 7 with 47 votes. Let's skip to number 6 because there's no other media that I'm able to show you on that one. Any idea number 6? No?
Irma.
Probably another lesser.
The Great
Probably
Hurricane.
another lesser.
The Great Hurricane had
Irma's number
47.
1.
The next one had 64, and it's Typhoon Tip.
Oh,
Yep, definitely lesser.
Ooh, wow.
okay.
Well, that's a sane choice. Let's put it that way. It's a sane choice.
The most intense
Well,
storm
actually, I don't think that. Well, personally, what I think is, I don't think that when the tip was voted as high as what, or for what it probably would have been. And do you know when we talked about the tip caps or something like that?
ever. What?
Well, was it something? It was like tip. It was like tip something, and we made a joke. We made a horrible joke about Typhoon
no.
Tip. Yes, you okay. You
I
guys
don't
are
think
getting
we
it.
did.
I
There
know.
goes
I know.
Typhoon Tip.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you guys did make a joke about that, and I also want to go ahead and say, Hank, I did. You, in fact, if anyone was said about anything of Typhoon Noru, it was you that said it was. As far as you could tell, it was in a call.
That's completely unrelated to this.
Yeah, but I was just wanting to go back to that really quickly. But anyway, Typhoon Tip should be as high. Should be. I'm glad it's as high as it is, as it's a very intense storm, and it was not too bad for Japan, but it was sort of significant.
111
It's the
killed
biggest
by the
wind field on
storm.
record, so it also holds that record as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The biggest wind radii of a tropical cyclone to date, too.
Is it over
But the
1,300
second-
miles, right?
Yeah, and I think the second one is
Sandy.
the second biggest is Lan.
Is it?
I
Oh,
think.
land.
I'm not certain
Sandy's
about
got to
that.
be pretty high up on the list as well. If you want to.
It's not.
And
No,
Force
I saw
13's
it.
analysis suggesting that it could be as low as 865 millibars. Tip, we've gone with 868, as you will have seen on our most intense top 10. Obviously, Tip was number 1. And it's your number
Devin.
6.
Yeah.
Sandy was actually in the top. It was like around 22-ish. In
Yeah,
the top 40.
For largest storms.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in the most
Voted.
in this specific.
No. I was talking about storms with the largest wind radii. I thought that's what we were talking about.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well then, yes.
Because I heard Typhoon Land being thrown around, and I was like, well, if we're talking about storms with the largest wind radii, you got to throw in Hurricane Sandy in there as well. And also, what was that? Hurricane Igor.
And like
Igor had
Nicole
pretty-
and
Both of them. Very big storms.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's Typhoon Tip. 64
Carl
votes on that one.
2004 also was giant over the central eastern Atlantic.
That's true.
I think that was it. It was one storm in 2004. I'm pretty sure it was Carl though.
Carl was huge.
Very.
Is that what you said? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Tip, because I mean, that's kind of what we're supposed to be talking about.
So Tip had
Yeah.
64 votes. So let's go on to the next storm. Number 5, it had 78 votes. So a clear
Ooh.
14 gap. Any idea what it is?
I'm gonna let's.
Sorry, how many votes did it get again?
Well, at number 5 now, this storm received 78 votes.
I'm gonna go with
Oh
Harvey
no.
or Irma.
Harvey or Irma, you say?
And
Thinking about it, Irma might be number 1, thinking about it.
Nope,
Yeah.
Irma's number 5. Here it is.
Oh,
Yes.
Why? Oh, wow.
Africa.
There it goes. on its
Most
very
intense
long
storm
trek.
recorded in the Atlantic outside of the Caribbean or Gulf of Mexico.
Well, yeah.
Producer of Atlantic history. Worst storm for the worst and strongest storm for the Leeward Islands, pretty much ever.
But that reminds me. Were they ever did they get recon into Isabel's first peak as Cat 5?
Oh gosh.
I'm not sure.
Because if I do remember correctly, Isabel and Irma's appearances were very similar.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did Irma? Cat 5 land in Cuba first since the 1924 hurricane.
People seem to be shocked. Hold on a minute, Hank. People seem to be shocked that Irma is number 5. I'd like them to tell me whether they think it should have been higher or lower. Go ahead.
Also, another thing with Irma, it's in the world, at least, if I'm not mistaken, recorded the longest storm to maintain an intensity above 180 miles per hour for such a long period of time.
That
is operational, though, so we'll have to wait for the postseason analysis.
Yeah.
We'll see, because I think that there's really no way that it held 185 for that long.
Well, 180, not 180. Well, yeah, 185 for that for 3 days is a little bit dubious.
And,
I mean, I know Cat 5s can last for really long in the West Pacific. Like you got, I think it was Typhoon Chaba of 2004.
Yeah, Chaba in 2004.
One of those storms from 2004 where it was like a Cat 5 for 4 consecutive days.
For 4 consecutive days was Typhoon Chaba, yes.
Yeah, Irma, the thing with they did record 185 mile per hour winds right as it was making landfall in Barbuda, which was effectively wiped off the map.
Yep.
By Irma, the entire remaining population had to be evacuated to Antigua, leaving Barbuda completely uninhabited for the first time since it was originally settled in like the 17th, 15th,
colonial
17th
time.
or 16th century, one of those. And St. Martin, the British Virgin Islands were also completely hammered by the storm. Turks and Caicos Islands, even portions of Puerto Rico, though nothing compared to Maria there. Florida, Cat 4 landfall in the Keys, Cat 3 in mainland Florida, $50 billion in damage. I think we all know the rest with Irma.
Any more?
Not really much, just what I haven't said.
Wasn't Irma one of the biggest ACE producers in the Atlantic Basin?
Yes, it was.
All time, 67 units is what I have it down as.
It was so we were checking that, weren't we? It was so close to the record, but it didn't do it.
Yeah, Ivan's the only thing that surpasses it.
Which one's the record?
And it was at 70.
Ivan.
The 1899 hurricane, I believe.
Oh well, maybe.
4. I think that one got to 63, if I'm not mistaken, around there.
Oh, but the question, guys, just to bring you back here, Irma, you think it's number 5 warranted, or where would you put it?
I mean, recency bias.
Recency bias, yeah, but at the same time, it's still an unprecedented storm, so to some extent, it is deserving.
It's just. Well, it's like it's kind of like Haiyan in a way. Just because it was a recent storm doesn't mean it wasn't terrible.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it is terrible. I'm saying that recent bias probably does play a lot.
I think I'll just say one name, and that will end this argument forever. Andrew.
Yes.
Next storm.
Well, Andrew's not coming up. We know that.
Unfortunately, not.
No.
Number 4.
All right, then you want us to move on? Okay. Let's get up to number 4.
Because me or Irma, I'm going to go with Harvey this time.
And then I'll have some experiences to tell.
I've got to make sure I've got number 4 first. So what do you guys think number 4 is then? Harvey?
Maybe Harvey.
So Irma had 78 votes. Number 4 has 105 votes.
God.
And it's about to appear on your screen now. It is Harvey.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. This one. Oh dear. Okay, where do I begin with this one? I'm not gonna say my entire experience because I said that in the Cyclone summaries thing again, but the damage that I saw was around Category 3 force damage. When I was coming back from evacuation, there was power lines completely on the ground, snapped in half. Before we even entered the town of Refugio, I think it was Refugio, I think around there. Before we even entered the town, there was mangled pieces of metal, about maybe 1-2 miles away from the town itself. Metal was scattered everywhere. Metal was snapped in half. It was everywhere. Power is obviously out. Trees were debarked in some cases. Trees fell on houses. Roofs flew off. Obviously, no windows. And it was hectic. It was really hectic. It was just like I don't really know how to explain it. It was just I don't know. It was really horrific scene over there, and it could have been worse. It could have hit my home city, which I was hoping it not to hit, but I was also hoping it not to hit Texas as a whole. But it did, and we had to deal with it. But Texas, we were built strong, and we'll build strong for the next one, like we always are. We are built strong, and we will, when the next one comes, we'll be prepared for it, and hopefully even more prepared for it. And I hope I never have to deal with another evacuation again.
I've just come up with an intriguing thought that's unrelated to that. After Hurricane Week finishes, I'm going to see where all our voters are from and see who voted for what from where.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Something like that.
I'm just gonna add this comment because there's really not much to say about Harvey other than if it made landfall maybe 5 miles to the west, we're talking about a doubling of the price tag.
Wow.
Doubling of price tag, but I'd definitely say a significant increase.
Well, I don't know. A city of 1 million people being completely leveled by Category 4 winds, that'll double any price tag.
I checked my Corpus. Corpus only has a population of less than 400,000.
Well, it's still large enough.
I just had a comment. Has Ivan showed up yet? Believe it or not, everyone will be shocked by this. Ivan received just 1 vote, and it was 43 minutes before voting closed last night.
Wow.
Almost got none.
What?
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed
The
with
biggest
that,
ace
really.
producer in the Atlantic.
In the Atlantic, and I'm very disappointed. It definitely a lot of these storms that are.
Did you not vote for it, Gabe?
Huh?
Did you not vote for Ivan?
No, I did not vote for Ivan. I wanted to,
blaming
though.
yourself as well, then.
I really wanted to, but I had to decide on another one.
Alright. I guess
Yeah,
it was
but-
one that
Meanwhile,
missed
I
out,
have to-
maybe. I don't know. Hank?
Meanwhile, I have to do a presentation for my final grade in my history class over Harvey, about why it is so bad and what we can do to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again. Just some pointers on it. Building codes need to be updated. People need to have a plan for evacuation, and we need to not build home because Houston was growing so fast that many homes were built in places. And Harvey hit, and all the floods came. They had no idea they were sitting right in the middle of harm's way, and they didn't know it until the flood waters rushed right into their homes.
Preliminary
And
estimate there on the screen.
Demolished.
That was Harvey, yes.
I will actually leave a link in the chat to Hank's presentation because I looked at it myself and it was absolutely incredible. So they're just
I-
people to look at.
Please
I'm
don't.
gonna see if I can link one.
It's
One
too
of,
late. I
I'm
can't
gonna see if
take
I
it
can.
back. It's already
I'm
there.
gonna see if I can link one of my videos.
Aw.
One of my videos I did of my experience of Harvey, and it shows some of the damage and the scenes where I was. Let me see if I can link that, and then Strat could probably link it in chat.
We identified the
Exactly.
only voter who voted for Ivan as well. Feel sorry for you, really.
Who was it? Was it Tropical Cyclone 100 because
Yeah.
he asked if I haven't showed up yet?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, man.
I'm surprised I didn't get votes from other people, but hey. Shall we move on to the next one?
Sure.
I'm sorry, Hank, but it's a good presentation. I had to share it.
So, Harvey had 105 votes. Any idea what the next storm's going to be?
Patricia, maybe?
105 for Harvey. The next storm had 106. One more than Harvey.
Oh, boy, it's got to be the Bola cyclone.
Or as Devon would call
Patricia,
it, the
maybe?
Bohohola cyclone, and here it is.
The Bahola cyclone.
Number 3.
Who called it?
Um,
I remember someone doing that.
Devon's blooper last year, Strat.
Yeah, I just watched it
oh,
yesterday.
the cyclone got to Cat 4.
Well, it depends who you go by, honestly. It's either 3 or 4, somewhere around the border. Who knows?
Well, I can tell you one thing: it's definitely not 150 miles per hour.
No. Somewhere in the 115 to 130 range, I think. Anyway, we all know about Bola, the deadliest cyclone on record.
Yeah.
500,000 deaths.
It was at least 300,000 deaths, but the death toll may be up to as possibly 500,000, and maybe it was even more than 500,000
And
by a small margin.
just for knowledge, the link I just posted is Isaac's video about his experience with Harvey afterwards. He just sent that to me to post.
All right, so
What the heck
we
was
are.
that?
Oh, and
Oh, that's
someone mentioned Katerina as well. I must mention that did get some votes. It actually got 6, so it was just outside the top 40. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 44. Number 44, just ahead of Lee 2, which is 45th.
Except Katarina was actually an unofficial name, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they make it official.
It was
these days.
officially 50. Officially was 50L.
No name.
A 50L no name.
That was a busy season.
Yeah, 50 storms in the Atlantic. Well, it depends on who you go by, of course. I guess Ivan counts as 6 storms.
Oh, God. All right, then. So, anyone got any idea what the top 2 will be, having gone
Patricia
through all the others?
Going off of last
Was
year.
Patricia? Well, I have one question. Was Patricia ever shown in the top 40 or top 40 all the way to 11? No. Okay. Well, then I
No.
think
Those
we.
high.
Last year it's going to be those two.
Patricia, Patricia
Oh, no,
got.
oh, no.
I will say this right now. Patricia got exactly 0 votes.
Either you've done some good elimination skills there, or there's been a massive shock. Don't know why. If they are the top 2, I don't know why any of them are so particularly high anymore. But anyway, here is number 2. Oh look, it's Hyann.
Hyan's only number 2. Finally, Hyan's not number 1.
Hyann was
154.
number
No,
one.
it is number 1.
Hyann was not number 1 last year too.
What passed Tyon, finally?
I think we all
I don't
know
know.
past Tyon based off of our
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
They'll
I
have their
think,
opinions on that if it happens.
But
the issue
I
with
don't-
Hyann not being number 1 is that another storm that we heavily despise is number 1.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
No. The storm that
No,
we.
watch
are
if
you
you
tell-
see 10 or something stupid.
Whoa! You're telling me that Matthew is number 1?
Yes.
Someone
no.
put that in chat.
Oh no.
Devon,
here
how
it
strong
comes.
is Matthew?
155
I actually-
Oh,
miles
shut
an
up.
hour.
Get outta here.
Oh my god.
actually, Devon.
Oh,
Devon,
no.
I don't really disagree with that, but at the same time, I don't know. It was Matthew. Definitely, it's hard to say with Matthew, but it's definitely not 165.
Oh,
Well, it is. Whatever.
Someone said, I'm sick of everyone voting for Hyann.
well, Hyann caused, only 8,000 deaths in the Philippines, strongest storm to make landfall worldwide, all the good stuff. You know what?
I'm just
Another
laughing at
storm
the
that I
comments.
another storm that kind of fast by was Cyclone Winston in the top 40 at all?
No, Winston was... Good call on that one. Winston is actually just missed out 41.
Oh, really? Yeah.
People are starting to comment
I was
about
about to
how
say, because that would
PTC10
be
is number
that's
one.
Oh wow!
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, that's
Now-
disappointing. I
Now,
would have voted.
there is the possibility
Winston.
that we might have been hijacked by someone posting it out on social media. Vote for X Storm here because it's my name or something stupid like that. You
Who
think?
did that? I want to
Somebody
see
named
who that
Patricia
was.
completely rigged the vote.
Oh boy. Are you ready to find out?
It's rigged, like the election.
Who
I'm
can
scared.
possibly beat
no,
out?
we're not getting
Yeah.
political.
I'm not scared. Go
You
for
Someone
guys
said
ready-
Felicia's gonna be number one.
You guys ready to
Just do
find
it.
out? Hyam was
Yeah.
number 2 with 154 votes. Number
I swear if
1.
it- I swear if it's the storm.
Number 1 had 170 votes, which is 16 more than Hyan. And it is. Oh, look.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't know why so many people are still so impressed by this storm, but there we are.
That was me hitting a book to my head, by the way.
Well, to be honest, to give them credit, it could have been way worse.
Oh.
Well,
for Mexico,
actually-
but thankfully, it missed the.
You know
heavily
what? It must have been
populated
Cesar's friends.
Yeah, but
who voted for
thankfully
it.
hit.
It must have been.
It hit. Thankfully, it hit lesser populated areas and had a small core. Of
The
those
Mexicans
category
are
4 forces
involved
went to the
again.
landfall.
Trump's not going to
Are
be
you
happy.
Oh god.
Well, I will say this right now. This storm's really notable for me because I was the person that did
Yes.
the coverage for Hurricane Patricia up to its landfall, and I got to tell you what, that was probably one of the most adrenaline-packed 24 hours of my life. From coverage from going to sleep that night to the recon sounding that had 894 millibars in the storm, to waking up the next morning to see 200 miles per hour, 880 millibars on the National Hurricane Center website. You know, I don't like to say stuff like this, but I could probably say that I couldn't breathe for the next 30 minutes after seeing that. Because A, you just broke Wilma, and B, you just broke the NHC site because they've never issued an advisory for 200 miles an hour before.
Yeah.
So, we're talking about a bunch of firsts here, and
Devon.
Patricia's. Yes.
After all that, Gary Mapping says TD4 is better.
Okay.
Someone is commenting saying F13 is dumb viewers. I'll say an interesting thing about Patricia.
I'm not
Not only was
gonna
it one
comment
of
on
the
that.
fastest systems, not only was it one of the quickest intensifying systems, but it was also one of the quickest systems to weaken as well.
Oh yeah, prolific
Well, yeah,
weakening because A, it was small, and B, Mexican mountains.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Like a
Force 13
petulant
score only put
very
it
quickly.
28th, which is something interesting. 32 was our score.
Someone
Very
has
close up there, though.
Saying, yeah, the viewers are so dumb. Why don't people vote for storms that earn my vote?
Liam BTC 10.
Yeah, I wonder how this
Well, that's it,
voting would
folks.
have if there was
League
a,
one is better.
a category
That's what someone said.
specifically for fails. I wonder how how the voting would change if there was a category specifically for
Yeah.
unnotable tropical storms.
Maybe you're onto something there. Maybe we could do something like a Force 13 awards ceremony next year. We have the, I don't know,
Force 13
Honorable
the
mention.
sloppiest storm of the year
Awards.
award or whatever.
stupidest storms.
I think Colin and Felipe would get the past 2 years.
well, there we are. So just to reiterate the top 10, number 10 was Nargis with 33 votes, 9 was Rita with 41, 8 was Mitch with 46, 7 was the Great Hurricane of 1780 with 47, 6 was Tip with 64, 5th was Irma with 78, 4th was Harvey with 105, 1 more vote was given to Bola, 106, the Bola Cyclone, number 3, number 2 Hyan, 154, and number 1 Patricia, 170. The total votes cast in the whole proceeding was 1,426, and all of our users voted for 113 different storms.
Yeah, someone also commented in chat saying PTC 10 reached 452 miles per hour.
Other storms
What
that
is
got...
up with the viewers in PTC 10?
Here's some other storms that got 1 vote. Colin of 2014, the cyclone in the southern hemisphere.
Nice.
Hurricane Lenny. The Labor Day hurricane, only 1 vote. Poor thing.
Wow.
Hurricane Otto.
Otto.
Typhoon
Yeah, I
Packer.
remember doing some- Hey, Typhoon Packer got a vote?
Yes.
Bracket Akka.
Yep, and 1 vote got to Tropical Storm Tammy as well. Oh, wow.
How's nobody made Colin 2016 jokes yet?
No one voted for Colin 2016. Hurrah!
Can I also throw out into the chat that someone named Luru typed "How we do for vote."
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Someone typed in chat "How we do for vote."
Well, the voting's closed. Sorry about that.
That's what they were asking. I don't know what they're trying to ask.
I think that was.
And someone has just said PTC 10 is a meme. Deal with it.
Well,
Mm.
Great
Well.
viewer base,
It
Well,
was
at least none of us think it's a storm.
potential meme that never developed into a meme question.
Nathan,
Great.
did anybody vote for TD4 of this year? I'm interested to see.
good point. Let's see. I really don't think they did. I would have remembered if they had. Actually, yes, 1 person
Really?
did vote for TD4.
Did anyone vote for PTC 10?
Well, I'm not seeing it at the moment. I thought there had been, but I can't see any right now.
Maybe it's further up than where you're looking.
Nathan,
Maybe it is further up than where I'm
Nathan,
looking. Yes.
Nathan, were there any votes for Stephanie?
No.
Thank goodness.
No, I'm not seeing PDC 10. 2 people voted for Tracy, 2 for Faith, 2 for Genevieve, 3 for Irene, 3 voted Hato, 3 voted for Typhoon Vermeil.
I
4
think it's going to be further up. I'm scared.
4 people voted for Cyclone Debbie of this year. 4 voted for Hurricane Matthew. 4. 6 people voted for the Hypo Typhoon of 1881. 6 people voted for Hurricane Pauline. 6 people voted for Hurricane Janet, and then you're into the top 40 there, so... Yeah.
I guess not.
Very
PTC
interesting.
10 didn't get any votes. For everyone here that's supporting the storm, you really didn't go out to show it.
And only 1 vote for one of the Southern Hemisphere's strongest storms ever, Monica. And no votes for Cyclone Zoe either.
What about Colin?
Yeah, we went through the Collins. Colin of 2014 got a vote. Southern Hemisphere cyclone. But the drab, depressing Colin of 2016 got none, so that's quite nice.
Someone put in chat, well, if you can check for PTC 10, the number of votes will be at least 1 winks and smiles.
I do remember seeing it, so I'm pretty sure it has at least 1 vote somewhere. But at the moment, I can't see it. Sometimes it takes me a while for me to just actually notice it. Because it's all written.
Were there any votes for Ramon?
Not that
this year?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember ever seeing that. Yeah, I actually can't find any PTC 10 votes. I'll just go and look. I've saved all the voting forms, so I'll go back and have a look. Now, if PTC 10, if I magically find 171 votes for PTC 10 now, everyone's going to be really angry.
And now someone's saying Colin is greater than PTC 10.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to really go into that, to be honest.
At least Colin became named. Let's put it that way.
How many votes did Joaquin get? I know I left a joke vote for it.
You did?
And someone's saying Jupiter's red spot.
No.
Jupiter's red spot to be Jupiter's red spot to be #1 on Hurricane Week 2018.
Oh no.
Coming to a store near you.
Make it happen, everybody.
No.
Yeah.
Hashtag red
What are we
spot
doing?
2018.
Alright.
Did Sunspot
here's the
get any
voting
votes?
Next year's
Did
voting order-
Sunspot get any votes?
I'm
Next
sorry?
voting order. Number 1 will be.
Did
red
Sunspots
spot.
get any votes?
No.
Yeah. Next year
None
for
that
Hurricane
counted.
Week top 10 storms, number 1 will be the red spot. Number 2 will be PTC 10.
I can't
Number
find
3 will be
PTC 10 at all.
Number 4 will be TD04L.
What's
Felicia will be number 5.
Number 5 will be Sunspots.
Well, we're going to be
no.
doing the top 10 sunspots in our
aren't
next
even
Hurricane Week.
cyclones. What the hell?
Sunspots, yeah. No, there's nothing like.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
Everything was just breaking for me for a moment there.
Someone has also said PTC 10 was actually a Category 5 very high pressure.
No, please. What's that laugh?
I
Okay.
don't
This
know.
is almost
Gaston?
turned into another comedy hour.
Yeah,
This
some-
is almost turned into another comedy
No,
hour.
we're stopping that now because we're going to be taking a look at the 2017 Team Hypo now.
Ooh, I'm
Oh
ready.
man,
I'm
I was
ready for this.
about to play the Tango Incident
No,
tape,
it's
so
got-
stopped it.
Oh.
It's got.
Stop.
Now the 20s, we used Force 13's master computer to generate an entire Atlantic hurricane season, which the computer generated all on its own, has created the Team Hypo for us. I got together as many names as I could, not all of them particularly fitting. We'll talk about them afterwards. Some of them we just couldn't get a name from the team to fit a letter, so we've got storms like Ernesto and Nicole in there, and people who aren't on the team. But if you do know an Ernesto or a Nicole who would like to join the team, that's our appeal right there. If you have one with you right now, do send us a message. But
There's lots of Nicoles out there.
yeah. But now let's take a look at the 2017 Hypo. My team will be able to watch it on my screen here, but they will not be able to hear your voices whilst the video's playing because there's music instead, okay? Well, maybe I can have you... Do you want to talk on it or not?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I can, yeah.
Alright,
Let's belittle our own selves in very fun ways.
Alright then, we'll do that. Here we go then with the 2017 Hypo. Once I find the right buttons, here it is.
Alright,
Bit of a mess.
Let's get that copyright going too, I love it.
Oh boy.
Copyright.
This is the first hypothetical season in a long time.
There's Albon. We couldn't find an A either. So it's John the
Yeah.
Owl. John will be pleased. We've got the ace calculator down there as well.
Does this mean
Oh,
to
nice.
W that they can start submitting submissions again for us?
No.
We'll see.
No.
I believe
Hypothetical
Tropical
season.
Storm Hank will produce 0.1225 units of ace.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh,
There's
no.
Becca.
Oh, Strat.
140.
Oh look, what a pathetic storm that was. Sorry, Strat.
We did one last year and I was a category 5. Why?
That's
am I-
right. Well, there you go. It's come back around now. Weak tropical storm.
I hate this.
Into July.
Oh, here's the 04L, the top number 4 storm.
Yeah. Doesn't one develop? It's Craig.
Ooh, idiom.
Oh.
Oh, category 1.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No good.
Oh, moving north, let's see it. Oh, it's back
Going
in the
up there
category.
now.
no.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
Games will be very displeased.
I think so, yeah. Did it Alex, didn't it?
Yeah, it was a stronger Alex.
There's
so I
Devon.
got the out of it.
She's here again.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Undevin me.
Oh, there's one. One cat.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh, he's stalling. Devin's stalling now.
Bad
now he's
Devon.
moving again.
Poor
bye,
thing.
Devin.
Yes. Very bad, Devin.
Bad computer.
Devin, re-Devin.
Someone's just said, is PTC 10 in here?
Oh my god.
No way!
I don't know.
It's a random Ernesto, because no one's got an E name in our team.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I'll search here privately after this if you want me to.
Okay, that's news to me.
You're 7L.
Is this
There's Fiona.
Frank? Fiona.
Just
Fiona.
Oh my god.
from the 2016 naming list, there's games.
Games.
Games. No,
One cat.
games. Better not. You better
Cat.
not.
Not games.
One
Ooh.
cat. Ah,
Go away,
disappointing games.
Go away,
Mm.
games. Bad
Hey,
games.
now let's
Actually,
see one.
what was supposed to happen was I was supposed to be the G name, but I didn't respond in enough time.
Yes,
So
we
he
had
just
to make
put
some very
games.
last-minute changes.
All right,
There's
I'm
Hank, a very far east forming storm.
I know, it was a
Hey,
weird
I'm
one.
so tropical crap. Oh my god.
Ever so sorry about that, Hank.
Extra
Hello, there's
tropical
me.
Hank.
There's
Here I
Isaac.
am.
Here's Isaac. Uh-oh. This can't be good. It's taking Irma's track.
No. No.
Oh, two
No.
cat,
I swear
Two
it hit
cats.
Florida.
three cat,
Three cats. Three cats.
Four.
Going north.
two cat.
Three
Oh, now
cat.
it's going west. Oh no.
Okay.
Hmm.
What you doing? Make up
What
your
is it?
mind. Make up your
Hmm.
mind.
Yeah. Isaac, you make up
yes.
your mind.
Oh,
Uh,
one cat.
go down.
There's
Ooh.
He's
Jason.
acting.
There's Jason. One
Hi,
cat.
Jason.
Uh-oh.
What?
Who's you
On a
are?
collision course.
Merge.
Oh,
They're interacting.
No.
Oh god.
No.
Isaac's gone.
Come on, they're supposed to spin around each other. Stupid.
No, Jason. Bad Jason.
Oh look,
Keith?
there's Hurricane Keith. That
Oh
got
my
retired in
They're forming all next to
2000.
each other.
That got retired. 17 years ago.
I know Jason and Keith have always wanted to be next to each other.
Oh, well, something like that. I'd ask Jason about that one.
Oh, no.
Anyway, there goes Jason. He milled about for quite a while, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, two Fujiwaras.
Yeah, that's right.
Lee.
Oh,
Oh
Lee?
no, Lee. Is this Lee 3?
Lee 3!
Reforming
It's in the
Gulf of
sort of the same area as well, almost. It's gone now. What's the
That
next
was
storm?
It's going to regenerate in the Gulf.
Anyone know what the next
It's gonna
storm's gonna be? No, it's not. Little
he know?
Marcel! Oh,
Yes!
look, he's gone.
no.
Frontal.
Oh, yay. One advisory.
He was worse than me.
And now here
Wow.
comes Nathan.
No. It's Nicole. I said that. At the
Why
start.
didn't you take yourself?
I don't want to do
Why
that.
can't we?
Two cat?
It's not fair.
Why can't we have tiny Cyclone Nathan in here?
Oh, for God's sake. Orlando?
Oh,
Orlando.
Orlando.
16L remains a depression
Why are
there.
all the storms so weak?
I don't know, the computer didn't like it very much.
So no fours?
All weaklings
fives or
this
anything?
year.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who is next? Who is next?
Wait, did
Ryan
19L
and
form
Sam?
over land?
Sam.
Wait, did 19L form over land?
Yes, it did.
Sam. Oh,
Or storms form over the Yucatan you might think.
Nope. Good Ryan,
Well, it
good
was a
Ryan.
TD overland, but it was TS, so it just came out the seed before becoming TS.
Everything is so weak. and
Nathan,
sad.
can I totally be the DNA next year?
If you want. If you're still here next year.
Yay.
The way you say that does not sound good.
Well, I might not be here next year, for all I know. Tanya?
Tanya. Okay.
Tanya.
Again.
Why
Tanya.
is it just
Okay.
dead?
Oh, it's back.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind.
Hurricane
It's gone again.
Tanya.
It's gone
No,
again.
It's going-
not Hurricane Tanya.
How depressing.
What
Ace
should
is
do it? Oh,
The ace is pretty depressing.
don't do an
All that
auto.
makes one
That's
DL.
gonna do an auto. Is it gonna do an
So,
auto? No.
Ooh.
Okay. Thank
oh,
It's literally.
Oh,
Very
So
okay.
where's
short.
Gosh, that's so bad.
That's it.
Ah.
That's the end. How
That
depressing.
is so depressing.
Isn't it?
Veronica would go on to rapidly intensify into a Cat 5
Yeah.
in the East Pacific.
It got to the V name, but an ace of only 89. That's
No,
not
that
even
was a
one and a
storm.
third. That's about 1 1/3 Irmas. 1.3 Irmas.
Do you know what
And
I
that
think
was the
happened?
strongest storm of the season.
Do you know what I think happened to Lee
You
3?
were, I think, Isaac.
Yeah.
Lee
Yeah.
3
20.
probably went into the Mediterranean and went into a Medicane just like
Probably.
Lee did this year.
Probably.
Lee 1, 2, 3, 4.
Greg and
let's
Isaac
do
were
it.
both the two majors in that season.
Wow, nice.
Didn't get to W, otherwise it might
Someone
have
said
been.
no Waniel this year.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, we didn't get to W, so
Yeah, that was depressing.
Someone
sad.
also said that this was not an active season.
Active but not powerful is what one person said, and
And-
that's how it is.
Someone also
So-
said
someone typed in chat-
Pablo only storm to be retired clearly.
Someone typed in chat Nathan for Cat 5.
Oh dear.
At least it wasn't a Waniel this year.
Well, we have
Pablo.
at this point we have about 26 minutes to yabber on about nothing in particular. So
All
let's
right, I
take
know what
some
I'm
viewer
gonna do then.
questions.
Nothing.
No, you're not,
nothing,
Strat.
Nothing.
You're
Nothing.
not.
Nothing. Nothing.
Strat.
What am I gonna do?
You're not going to do that. Do something else, please. Find a Force 13 blooper or something.
Here, I will actually, this is a beautiful video
Uh-oh.
that I know of.
No,
So,
no, this can't be good. Anyway,
No,
viewers,
no,
if
it's
you do want to send
amazing.
us a
No.
message, send us any messages, any questions for anyone on the
okay,
team
so
right
this is
now,
a full
do send them
screen
in. Start your
my
message with Force
Discord.
13, Strat.
Strat,
Yes?
go. You're gonna talk.
I know, you're gonna need a full screen, my screen share on Discord
Okay.
for all the viewers to see this beautiful thing.
But what is it?
You'll find out.
I swear if it's one of your videos.
Football.
Just watch this.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna lower it to
Which
50
one is it? Oh, I see. Apparently Strat's showing us a football video. I didn't know you were into... Well, soccer as they call it over in America. Yep, that's not great. That's really old, Strat.
I don't care.
Yeah. That did happen. Thank goodness we
Okay.
didn't get to see it in the highest quality possible.
Okay, so here's a question.
Highest quality.
Here's a
thin.
question right here. So the question is, I have a suggestion. This is not a question. Make a PTC 10 hurricane season animation.
Oh, someone's asked a very valid question, actually. Will PTC 10 be included in the hurricane season animation? And that sort of is a broader question you could ask for all all PTCs of this year. We haven't actually decided on that, but probably not is my suggestion at the moment. However, we might put it down. I don't know. Quite honestly, I don't know yet, but we'll see where we go. That is a little hint to tell you that I've not actually started production of that animation yet. I don't know if any of you want to play Guess the Storm.
Yes,
Someone
please.
wanted that
Viewers are
earlier.
gonna want
I-
to play it, so even if you don't want to play it,
I have
you
my
have to.
storm. I sent my storm to you, Nathan. I think 2
You
days
guys are
ago,
gonna have
so
to.
when
You guys are gonna have to put up
like,
some
by the way.
guess the storm stuff because
The
I.
viewers love it, apparently.
Hi, hello.
So we're gonna go.
Okay,
we'll
I'll
probably play Guess the Storm or something like that
Okay.
until half past. And the score from last time is Team 5, Viewers 8. Devon, is that you screen sharing a storm? Is that a Guess Storm for us?
Can you see the very top?
Not easily. No, the viewers certainly can't.
No. Okay. Can you?
I don't think so.
Okay. Good. Then yeah, we can do.
This is Guess the Storm. All right then.
Sure.
Someone is outside of their house.
Yeah.
No.
Sure.
So viewers, you can guess whenever you like. The team. I think that's been 15 seconds now. Let's go. See if you can get this score back. 5-8 is the score.
Oh,
Aren't you gonna
dear.
have the thing on the side where you write down what storm it is?
This is gonna be a strange question. Is this Hurricane?
What?
Is
It
this
has
what?
You were cut off. I don't want to know what you just said.
He said Patricia.
Oh my god.
It has kind of like Patricia
It's-
has
No,
I see
it's
what you
not.
mean.
has the main
The
bat.
Mexican coastline
It has a similar ring around it.
See what you mean, but the ring is far too weak.
Is
It
this,
is-
Yeah.
There's no.
That's true.
It is definitely not Pat.
Is it
Is it-
Paka?
Gay?
It is not Paka, and it's not gay.
Someone said it
Morality-
looks like Knock 9.
Someone said it's
Knock 9. Well, it does. It is shaped like a 9. It does look like a 9, but it is
Is
not 9.
Is this Irma?
Oh my god, no!
Other guesses:
Is this-
Nipartak,
is it-
Pablo, and
Someone
Ivan.
has said Hurricane Ivan of 2004.
It is not
Okay.
Nipartak, and
Is
it
it-
is not Pablo.
is it Typhoon Dujan
I
of
am-
2015?
It is not Typhoon Dushen.
Okay.
Someone says it's
Is this-
Hyan.
Oh.
Is this?
It is not
this-
Hyam.
Is this Typhoon Ivan?
It is not Ivan. So that is
This
a
looks like a.
remarkably bad guess.
Someone said
Someone
Tip.
has said this is Lee 1.
This is not.
No.
This is
And
not
someone-
Lee. This is not Tropical Storm Lee of 2005.
Mm.
Someone has said this is Cyclone
Me, at least, this
Winston.
looks like- This looks like a Eastern Pacific storm to me. I'm gonna go ahead and say Fernanda. No.
Nope.
Someone said Typhoon
Yeah.
Vong Fong.
Huh.
Bong Fong. Vong
Is this-
Vong.
Is this
Someone said
Hurricane?
Cyclone.
Is this Hurricane?
No, it's not
Rip.
Hurricane.
Someone has said in chat correct. It is Lee 1.
I'll ignore it.
It is not Tropical Storm Lee of 2005.
And someone has said, is this Lee 2?
It is
No.
not Tropical Storm Lee of 2011.
Someone has said Gab Lee Real.
What?
19.
It is not
I think
Gabriel.
you tried
It
to
is
spell
not
Gabrielle. We did that the last time.
Someone
It was the last
said
one.
Is it-
Jose
is it-
2005.
Is it
Oh.
Typhoon Haima or Nuri?
Oh,
No, it is not Typhoon Haima or Yuri.
Someone's
Nuri.
spamming
Nuri.
in chat.
Nuri. He said
Nuri.
Nuri.
Yuri, it ain't.
Someone's saying Nicole of 2010.
It is not Nicole. No.
Is this Hurricane Blas?
Blas? No.
Definitely looks
Someone said
Pacific.
Clara.
It is definitely Pacific.
Hmm.
Someone said Typhoon Joan.
It is not Typhoon.
Oh, shut up. Great Storm of 1987. No, I don't think so.
Someone has said Isel.
Hurricane Odile. Hurricane Odile.
It is not Odile.
Okay.
Pretty good guess, though.
Someone else has said PTC 10.
Oh.
It is definitely not a potential tropical
Strat.
cyclone. That is a hurricane.
Read out the serious ones, please.
Hurricane Sandra.
Nope.
Some people actually trying out there.
Someone said Seymour.
Let's see.
Oh, is it Olaf?
It is not a laugh.
Someone said Julie.
Is this Hurricane Hilda?
Hilda? Nope.
Is this
No,
Hurricane
Alpha.
Marie? Not Maria.
Marie.
Marie.
It is not Marie or Maria.
Someone saying
I
Fernanda.
said Azelle. Is
It
Oh,
is not
is-
Fernanda.
Someone
Evan, is
saying
this Hurricane-
Joan.
Hank, you
This
cut out.
Hurricane Jimena.
Jimena.
Jimena? Yeah,
is it?
sure, it's a Jimena.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Jimena of 2015 or 2016, whenever it was.
Yeah.
That's right. I had a feeling.
2015.
Well done, Hank.
2015.
One
Right before
back
this
for
guy
the
said
team.
It is Jimena.
One back
Right,
for the
I have
team,
a
then.
guess.
I have one for
I have a
you.
guess
Or-
storm for. I have a guess the storm to put up.
Hank, whoever said
okay,
that,
I'll go
they
after
said it
Hank.
less than
I'll go
5
after
seconds
Brian.
before
Sure.
David Foster said Jimena 2015.
Oh,
in chat.
wow.
Can you guys see this?
Yes, we've got it.
Okay.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah.
The 15-second rule in effect right now. 10 seconds before the team can guess gives the viewers. It's not a head start. It's to balance out the delay that we have thanks to YouTube. It's it's technical stuff and all that. 15.5-second delay we have on here. Go team.
Is it
Hurricane Gaston.
No.
Oaksy?
Okay.
And David, you said it less than 5 seconds after someone else said Jimena in our group.
Yes.
Hmm.
Boy, that is an interesting storm.
Now it depends where.
Someone
Just to
saying
that
Matthew?
clear up that technicality quick. It depends where you are on the stream. It's 15-second delay at best, but if your connection isn't absolutely perfect, you will slip behind over time. Anyway, go ahead.
Lee 2, Irma, Matthew, Alpha.
No.
Ophelia.
No.
Jose.
Ivan.
No.
Typhoon
Joan.
Maniac.
I wonder
No.
if this is.
Carl.
I don't think
No.
it would be.
Also guesses.
Okay, so let's see here. What other storms? Gordon.
No.
Josephine 2008.
No.
Michael 2012.
Is this?
No.
Is this
Maria.
Joaquin.
No.
Is this Hurricane Jean?
Hurricane what? No.
It's going to be a high latitude. If it's in the Atlantic, it's going to be a high latitude storm to the east because of the way the imagery's skewed.
True.
Is it Hurricane
Francis
Wall?
of 2004 at peak.
No. I will give you a hint. This is since 2006.
I'm wondering
Hurricane
if it's
Julia
as skewed as you think.
2006.
Felix or Dean?
No, since 2006.
So
Hurricane-
Hurricane Julia 2010 is what someone said.
No.
Hurricane Helena.
No.
Hurricane Odile of
Meh.
2014.
That's wrong, Mason.
No,
We assume.
2012.
Isn't that trying to think?
Because I'm just saying what people are saying in
That
chat.
it's Hurricane Nadine.
No.
Ooh.
Someone said
No.
Hurricane.
Is this
Julia
Hurricane
2015.
Isaac?
No.
No.
Tropical Storm Grace.
No.
Someone asked if it's
Hank,
no.
did you respond?
Strat,
Someone
I
asked
can't
if
hear
this is
you.
Ophelia.
Strat, I can't hear
It's
you.
not Ophelia.
Someone said Olga.
No.
Gordon.
No.
Did you get?
We already
Is
went
this
Gordon.
Hurricane Isaac? Anyone?
You're cutting out. What?
He said Isaac.
Isaac.
No,
Someone
not
said
Isaac.
Katya.
No.
Someone said Hurricane Earl of last year.
No.
Someone
Nope.
said Gordon of 2006.
No.
Typhoon Goni or at Sony?
No.
Someone said Noel 2007.
No. This is an Atlantic storm.
Yeah.
Someone said
Okay, so it's gonna, with the way that the
Ike.
image is skewed, it's gonna be a storm in the northeastern Atlantic.
Is it Ike or Rita?
No.
No, it's not gonna be-
Gloria?
Nope.
Can't be all
Someone
that
said
many
Bill
choices. to be
2009.
honest.
Since 2006.
There was no Vince in 2006.
Oh, Gonzalo or something.
Nope.
Earl
No.
2010.
Gonzalo's not east enough.
Laura. Melissa.
Hurricane
Or-
Michael.
No.
Grace
Hurricane
29.
Kirk.
No.
Tropical
Hurricane
Depression
Sandy.
8 of
Not
2006.
2012.
Paloma.
Is
No.
this Hurricane Bill?
No.
Hurricane Humberto.
No.
Someone said Alex 2016.
Has Eagle been said yet?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, no.
Is this Hurricane Grace or Tropical Storm?
I already said that. No, it's not.
Someone said Melissa 2013.
Melissa. What?
Oh.
Someone said Florence 2006.
No.
Someone saying
Hurricane
Hurricane Gordon.
Hurricane
Hurricane-
Katia.
Wait,
We
Hurricane
already
what?
said Katia.
Gordon.
Hurricane
No.
Already said Gordon.
Joyce
Is this
2012?
Is this Hurricane Igor? By any
No,
chance?
We already said Igor.
Bertha
Irene.
2008.
Oh, then I'm not paying
No.
attention.
It's
Lisa
Hurricane.
2010.
Sorry, there's too many names coming out at
I
once.
know.
I'm just spewing out the chat. Is it Lisa of 2010?
No.
Otto of 2010?
Hurricane Felipe.
Is this Julia of 2010?
No,
I don't
already
know.
been said.
Is this
Um,
Bertha of 2008?
No.
Hurricane Helene of 2006?
No. Okay.
Already said Helena.
I'm gonna narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
2006 to 2010.
Ooh.
Lisa of 2010?
Hurricane Paloma or Omar.
No.
Hank, would it be possible for you to terminate your screen share for a moment and send me the right answer in text so I can monitor the chat?
Yes.
Yeah, could you just do that with me too? Because I'm just looking at the chat. I've given up on trying.
Is this Hurricane Bertha of 2008?
No.
Already said that.
Thank you for that.
Oh my
Here,
god,
Nathan,
don't.
PM it to me as well, just so I can.
No, you might give it
What?
away.
Hurricane.
Oh, Strat, you're playing.
You're
I'm not
playing,
playing, I gave
Strat.
up.
You're
This
playing.
isn't-
I'm
This
literally
isn't-
reading off things people are saying in chat. I'm not even trying.
Careful,
Is
Hank.
this thing Florence?
No.
I was about to say, if it's Florence, I was gonna punch my screen in.
Keep putting the answers in, viewers. I'll let you know if it's the right one that pops up.
Is this Laura?
No.
Hurricane
Kyle.
Humberto of 2007.
No.
Hurricane. No, it's not
There's
gonna be
no
that.
Texan
Hur-
coastline.
Hurricane.
Someone just
Omar.
said Colin.
No,
No,
It
I
wouldn't
don't
be
think it's
Omar.
Colin.
Man, you
my
guys are
God.
struggling.
Yes.
Everyone
I'm not
is.
struggling. I gave up.
I'm just
Is
going
this
back through the
Debbie?
comments just to see if I missed it.
Is this tropical storm?
Oh,
Debbie
someone's
of
got it!
2006?
Someone has got it in the comments! Mashed Potatoes 2000 with the right answer. Hank, what was the answer?
Hurricane Fred of 2009.
There we are, it's the viewers with 9 points. The team just can't catch them.
I
Hurricane.
posted. You can use my next, Nathan. That I posted. 2
Yeah,
days ago.
Devin had the right idea with an eastern storm, but not a northeastern storm.
I knew it
You'll
had
have
to
to
be
look
to
at
the
just
east,
me
but
for
it
a
looked
moment
like
now.
it was angling up off to the top right. I thought the normal was angling off to the top right.
I would use it, but I think it's too difficult, Isaac.
You could use one of mine.
I
One of the
can't
ones I
remember.
sent you.
I've sent a few today. Oh yes, you did send me some today. Yes, 1 or 2 are too easy. Let's. I think they're all too easy, Dane. Sorry. One extreme to the other there. I think they'll all be gotten within seconds. But if anyone has any more right now, or we could just sit here and have a chat. We've got just over 10 minutes before we go.
Who has one
I
more?
have one more I can.
I got one.
Okay.
I do.
Alright.
Okay, let's see if I can find it. Let's
See
see.
if the viewers can get a perfect
GTS
10.
numbers.
Someone did say Fred apparently. Oh well, the
I
viewers still
honestly
won.
I forgot which one this. Actually, no, I didn't.
Okay,
I
I'm
thought I
gonna pull one
forgot
up
this
right
one.
now.
Strat, I got it.
Okay,
So,
let's see this. Bring it.
15 seconds for the viewers
Oh my dear
12,
Lord!
11,
Wow.
I think I know what this one is.
9,
I think I know
Eight.
what this one is.
7, 6,
Wow.
4, 3, 2, 1, and off go the team.
Halloween Storm of 1991.
no.
No.
Is this hurricane? Is this her? No, it's too far north. But is this?
Hurricane Esther or whatever, 1960s.
No way.
All I will say is that coastline is very well defined on the map. Very good on the
Well,
map.
it's because it's because it's an old image and it's drawn on there.
I was.
I'm gonna guess an unnamed storm from 1971.
Oh, someone just said
No.
Sandy.
Nope.
No, not big enough.
Okay.
Oh
A
my
lot of
God.
people
Someone has
saying
also said
1991
Hurricane
storms.
2017.
Nope.
Hank, can we
No.
rule out all storms of 1991? Because a lot of people are saying all
Yes.
of them. Yep.
Oh no, they're just gonna start saying all
It's,
storms of a certain
Oh,
year.
there's a Hurricane Bell.
Nope.
There's lots of
No,
Glorias,
it's not Bell. Okay.
Glorias, Agnes,
No.
Gerda
Definitely not
of 1969. Gerda.
Nope.
Is this?
Oh.
Is this Diane?
Is
After
this
no.
Tropical Storm
no,
Carrie?
you gotta listen to what it is first. You gotta know what it
Debbie
where
of
it is.
1982.
Is this Tropical Storm Carrie?
Tropical storm what?
Carrie.
Carrie.
Who said? Wait.
Mhm.
Yes, it is. Who said that?
Yes, I got something right for once!
Did Strat get it?
Oh, Strat.
It's,
Okay, I also
yeah.
have one as well. That I'm
How
ready.
nutty. The
Area
team have now got
1972.
7.
Here's mine.
9-7
Okay, let's
then.
see
Hold
yours.
on.
Let's see your
Tropical
Strat.
cyclone.
We've got the timer running first. Another 10 seconds yet.
Oh,
9,
oh no.
8,
oh
7,
no.
6, 5,
Oh my
4, 3, 2, 1. Release the team.
Potential tropical cyclone
Bonnie.
10 of 2017.
What the hell is that?
Is it Bonnie?
No, Hank is right.
What?
Oh no.
I don't even know what he said. What did he say?
He said potential.
Oh, well, I'm not giving you any points for that because everyone else is saying it. No points being awarded
Why?
for that one. Outrageous
Oh
behavior.
no! Hank said that as soon as it went out.
Nope, not having it. No points.
I bet the viewers are going to be very disappointed.
Well, I'm not going to give. Well, yeah, everyone was guessing. Yeah, I don't know who won, so I don't want to give out any points. Someone said PTC 8. 8?
What is up with the viewers in potential tropical cyclone 10?
We have just 5 minutes before we move on. So I don't know if anyone has any more, or if anyone has any questions for us right now in the comments.
I have a really hard one, but I'll see if I can make it easier though.
I'm trying to. look for one
Let's
right
give
now.
it a go. Let's give it a go,
uh,
Isaac, shall we?
Do we trust Strat
Okay.
to not pick potential tropical cyclone 10
I
again?
promise I won't do it again. I
But
promise.
Isaac, you'll have to be thick and fast with the clues, okay?
Okay, I will be, and I know for certain what year and what storm this is. I'll let you know.
I'm
posting
opening
it
the
to
Alright.
image right now.
Yeah, you already
You
did
don't
that.
know?
All right, Isaac, let's do this.
You already did that the first time, Isaac.
no.
I got it. I got one.
This one.
Huh? Oh, you've posted
This
a new
one.
one.
This
Okay,
image.
sorry.
Oh,
Isaac
does
has just
have
posted
one?
me a new one, and you're not going to see anything on the screen yet. Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an interesting one you've chosen for this. So here comes
Where is
Isaac's on the screen. It's coming up. I'm not quite ready yet.
Oh, it's not mine. That's very sad.
Yes, it's very sad, isn't it?
I don't see it on Isaac's screen either.
No, because it's not supposed to be.
I'm not sharing it.
It will be
Oh, then
appearing
who's-
on my
who's
screen
sharing it?
shortly.
Oh,
And it's about to appear now. 15
boy.
seconds before we begin the team.
That looks like a storm that's
Oh.
first gathering itself. So
oh no.
8, 7,
It's a Hersat
6,
storm.
5, 4,
Hersat. That's
3,
not very
2,
helpful.
courtesy of Isaac, team go.
It's on the. It's definitely a far east storm. You can see it's a little bit of pixelation towards the east.
Is it Brett?
If
Is
it's
it
No.
Is this Lee? Is this
No.
Lee? Maybe.
If it's
no.
in the Atlantic, it will be a far east storm. If
Hey,
it's
guys,
in the
I'm gonna-
Atlantic,
I'm-
it's
I'm
going
gonna-
to be.
I'm gonna give out a
No.
guess.
Oh,
I'm gonna give out a-
I was
I'm gonna
thinking
give
that
out-
further
I'm gonna
north.
give out a guess,
Okay.
guess right off the bat, so to make it easier. Cat 5.
Not in that image.
Matthew.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah,
It's
no,
Typhoon-
yeah, but it peaked as one.
Someone just said Oki.
No.
Is this and well I'm just gonna throw this out
It's
there. Is this
Hurricane
Matthew?
Ivan.
No,
No.
it's Typhoon Gay.
No. No.
Okay, then it's Typhoon Mike.
I
No,
have
it's
one
not.
last image to pull up
Be
after
silly,
this.
Devon.
and
Is this
it's a good one.
is this Angela?
No.
Is
Let's
this
see.
Ivan?
No.
No,
This is coming from
no,
the viewers.
Hersat doesn't go out that far, does it?
Yeah.
No.
1970 to 2009.
2009. Because this is a Hersat image after all. It's either going to be a
Yeah.
precursor to one of those really strong typhoons, Typhoon Yvette.
Nope.
Is this
Oh,
Nita?
boy.
Of what year?
909.
Yes.
It is.
Nita.
Okay,
Wow.
I have one more to go as well.
It's Nita. Oh dear,
Here's mine on the
viewers.
screen right now. So if you guys want to use this
Strat,
one.
stop.
Team 8, viewers 9.
Bad Strat.
And we've got
What?
a few
No, what
seconds
do you
to
think
talk
this
about
is?
Strat's image now, which you can't guess yet. 15 seconds starting
Bad
now.
Strat.
What the
Oh
hell is that?
no.
12,
What the-
11, 10. Now come on, viewers. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Strat, I hope this is good. Here it comes.
Felipe.
Go.
Felipe.
Nope.
Felipe.
Potential tropical cyclone 10 of 2017.
Nope, that's not it, actually.
Is this
It looks
Matthew?
similar, but it's not it.
Tropical,
Matthew. Irene.
It's not it.
Tropical Storm Danielle of 1992.
Nope.
Image quality's too good.
Isabel.
Nope.
No.
Oh, is this
Floyd.
Anna at one point?
Nope.
Flora.
Lloyd.
Someone
Nope.
said Colin.
Floyd, not Flora.
Nope. Nope.
It's
Maria.
actually not a bad
Nope.
guess.
True.
Strat, is
Jose.
this tropical?
What?
Is
This
this
is Jose.
Anna at one point?
No.
Okay.
Yes, I finally got a good one. I'm so happy.
Strat, is this a tropical cyclone?
Yes, it is. Oh no!
it
Oh no!
is.
What have I done?
Oh, boy.
What have you done?
That
What is
a
this?
tropical
Is this Jose?
cyclone.
Is this Jose?
That-
This
that-
Jose.
How is that a
Two-
tropical cyclone?
It's a good job you didn't name your file name.
Strat, is this Hermine?
Yes.
I think people have said that.
Yes.
People have already said Hermine. I'm sorry, Hank. It's for the viewers. Viewers win.
Damn it!
Team 8, viewers 10.
How is that? Wait, what Hermine is that even? 2000.
2016.
2016.
Oh,
It passed up
man.
like Georgia,
Which-
South Carolina, North Carolina.
Did you guys
Oh,
actually think that's
yeah.
Oh, you
Uh,
got it.
2010?
Oh, you can't. Okay, I don't think this is. It's just. Okay,
Wait, I
I
want to
think
pull them up
it's
side by side.
Oh, what?
Huh?
I want to pull these up side. Yeah, look at these side by side.
Here we go. Yeah, they are a bit different.
If I remember correctly, I do have an image. Here you go. because I was really stupid back then. I decided to do a side-by-side image of Hermine and Agnes on full map imagery.
Isaac, you're messaging me saying not.
Oh, what? Oh dear, oh dear.
So if anybody wants to look at that image, it's kind of cool.
Anyway, we're having to end
Neat.
that here. The
Aw.
team 8, viewers 10. The viewers win again. The team clawed only 1 back. It was not enough. Oh, guys.
Guys, you just guessed Hermine a few seconds sooner, you would have tied it.
Well,
I was about to say it, but it's too. Well, that's too late. No,
someone
it's
just
not.
said Hermine 2022.
Oh my god.
Is that the person who said? Is that the person who said Hermine?
I don't know.
Oh,
Honestly.
no.
Anyway, we're just about finishing our live segment here. What's coming up next is, if anyone remembers Hurricane Week 2015 when we had Force 13's Australian adventure, does anyone in here remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
We've sort of got another one coming up, not Australia, but this time I visited London. This was at the end of September. I think Lee and Maria were sort of active around then. Maybe not Maria, I think we were in Lee's zone around about then.
Okay, well,
and
I'm
I
gonna go ahead
visited
and
a few...
Oh, which Lee, Nathan?
I'm gonna go
Which
ahead and
Oh,
go,
I
guys.
don't know.
What?
Goodbye.
Yes,
Goodbye. Have a great day.
Okay, now-
Have a great
Alright then.
time.
good.
Bye.
And
Hello. And bye to the
hello.
viewers.
Okay, great. Hello, goodbye. So basically, we're doing the same with London and the trip to London and how terrible it was and everything that went with it. I've no idea whether this is of any interest to anyone, but we'll see how it goes. Something for light relief, perhaps, after the terror of the Guess the Storm section. So at this point, we're going to separate from the team now. So thanks very much for joining us, everyone, this evening on
You're
that.
welcome.
And
It's been a pleasure,
Thank you.
like always.
thank you, because we couldn't do it without them, of course. And now we're going to take a
And-
look. Go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say quickly, like always, everybody stay safe, have a great day or night wherever you are. And if your day is bad, it'll get better the next day.
Alright.
Just realize that. And have a great night, everybody.
Alright, closing statements from other people too?
If you want.
Everybody have a good night.
Alright, I'm just trying to think of what to say for a second.
Well,
My
Go on.
closing statement is Patricia's not worthy of being number 1.
yes.
That's gonna wow up the viewers.
Alright,
Strat.
this is my closing statement here.
Hello guys.
Oh no.
No,
This is
why'd you do
pathetic.
that?
Did
No.
you have to do
I
that?
love you guys.
You're going.
Everyone.
If we get sued, Strat, that's on you. Now,
I don't think he copyrighted it.
yeah, you know. Here we go then, and this video runs for a whole 27 minutes, so it'll take us right to the end of the hour. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk again
Welcome.
soon.
Pleasure.
Today's journey then, of course, we're doing the Force 13 tour, and you'll be wondering why we're at the Force 13 piano. Well, I thought it would be a good idea to sort of put it into perspective. You see all the keys here, you might want to zoom in on that. They represent, because the journey from here to London directly is about 160 miles. This has 88 keys, up to down, that's 1 mile per key. So we're going to go up and down the scale, all the way down, and then back up again. So I think you'll need 4 pianos for that, or something to that effect. Let's try the chromatic scale now and see how quickly we can do it. Okay, here we go. Not bad. I guarantee that'll be much faster than the journey will be this evening. As you can see, we have a camera, the Force 13 camera, and we've also got plenty of other cameras here as well. This is something that I'm actually filming myself, so that shows how proficient we are and talented, supposedly. This is Force 13 HQ, my home basically, where dreams come true apparently. And where hair mystically gets stuck up in the air. Not good luck, is it? this here is our local yokel, and he will be, I'm going to try and get him to run around the perimeter of Buckingham Palace. And after waving goodbye to the Force 13 cat, it was time to leave. Unfortunate on this evening that our transport was not of the aircraft variety, because we missed out, or would have missed out, on this fantastic looking sunset, but we still got a good enough view over there on the ground. This here is one of the UK's finest motorways, the M6, which goes from somewhere in the north to the Midlands. And as you can see, it's notoriously good for queuing at rush hour. This queue in particular is 15 miles long. Luckily we're not in that going down to London at this time of day. Where are they all coming from? Well, our local yokel there is being very informative for us, and as you can see, it's getting dark here as well. We've just had a pretty nice summer looking sunset, but temperatures don't really match. We're around I think 15 degrees Celsius, which in Fahrenheit is the high 50s, lower 60s, which we had earlier today. Well, as you can see, we've hit something else that the UK is very well known for, being the capital of slow roadworks. And as you can see, nothing is actually going on at the side of the road here, but they've decided to shut off the hard shoulder and narrow the lanes so that everyone has to go more slowly. Now, it's funny, there's a particular science theory, I can't remember the name of it because I'm not a science guy, but when you narrow something, matter passes more quickly through that when it's in concentrated amounts. You're aware of it, aren't you? Something like that. Someone will tell me what that actually is. But besides that, they've lowered the speed limit rather than I don't think raising it would be particularly safe with those big lorries. But
It's like water in a pipe. Squeeze it, go faster.
it's better. Yeah, that's right. But in any case, so the worst part about this is that this is going to be going on when no one's at the side of the road doing some mystery improvements to the road for the next 1.5 years, and it's already been here for 2. As promised, we're 15 miles further down the road, and it's just lights, 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 lights. I think we've just about reached the end of that queue. I'm going to see another one come up soon. There was a bus trying to get to Blackpool, I saw there's another coach there. And I thought, well, what day are you going to get there? Here we are at a Windy Services. Now here in the UK, I don't know about elsewhere, they have all sorts of fine fancy service stations on the side of the road every few miles, so that when you're stuck in a traffic jam you can get off and have a brief respite with a bit of food and drink that costs more than on the high street. Now also they're terrible places, I gotta say, because all you ever get is queues. Oh look, here's another wonderful feature on the road at night. This is now the M1, the UK's probably busiest road and certainly the most well-known and longest, and 2 lanes are apparently closed, but it appears that they were lying as usual because they haven't been closed. Oh, there you are. There's signs just then said that the lanes were closed, but they are not. So there. However, despite all of these setbacks, we did get to our destination in the allotted 3.5 hour time period, including dinner by the way, arriving at St Albans at around 10:30. Take a look. We're at the Holiday Inn, apparently. Now, in my experience, they're pretty good. We've taken all evening to get here. It's now long past 10 o'clock at night, so the night person will be on, and let's see just how poor they are, or not, as the case may be. And how was your drive?
Great. Singing all the way.
So, here we are in the reception right now. We've been to the bar and got some drinks whilst we wait for, I can't even speak, whilst we wait for part of the room to be finalised, which is surprising because it is gone 10 o'clock in the evening and they've had all day to actually do some of that. But anyway,
Yeah, I missed that.
I guess we'll just chill out on the sofas here in the reception.
This is 3.
Now, the favourite part of the hotel experience is the part where I review the room on the camera, which no one really finds interesting at all. As you can see, this room has 2 fantastic huge beds, which I will certainly be enjoying at least one of them. Over here, we've got a television, quite a large one, I would suggest somewhere in the 30s in inches, maybe even 40 there, and beautiful lights around the sides there, which always has a nice effect. I don't really know the word for it, to be honest. Wooden back of that bed there, headboard, and over here you've got what looks like a kettle and some mugs. Over here, there's a woman, and we've also got the bathroom, which is always the most fantastic room in any hotel, in my opinion. I love reviewing the bathroom, and I love the part where we get to step inside the shower as well. And as you can see, it probably looks like one that hopefully one that shoots out some extra powerful jets, which you can't really beat. A toilet that doesn't have the bit behind the back, which is fine by me. And then you've also got a significantly sized sink, enough for 2 pairs of hands at the same time, and me looking awfully tired in the mirror. Well, I think I'll have one of these muffins. I don't know why they were presented to us here, but someone's been very kind to us, clearly. Now, quite difficult to unravel it whilst I've got the camera in my other hand. We don't have a cameraman, see, but hopefully it'll be nice and someone didn't poison it with anything, yeah. Okay, so we've reached the end of our one night here, and first of all we're converging on St Albans to see how life is like just outside of the Beltway, the M25, which is the London circular road, and it's generally a confinement that people usually use to describe a Londoner and a non-Londoner. So I gather. I mean, I've never really lived in London, so I don't really know. However, we're going there first to see what it's about. There might be some interesting things going on, and then we're off to the capital. Now, there's some things I've got to warn you about when we get there, because quite a few things. If you're a student and you're a low-income person in the London area, you're screwed, because everything is remarkably expensive, and living conditions are very poor for those who don't have much. Much poorer than it would be elsewhere in the country, unless you're in other certain parts of the south, which are obviously very affluent, because that's where all the rich people live. And also, don't forget that London is a very dangerous place, not to mention, well, even during the day it can be, as we saw like back in March. However, we will brave it, and we will see just about, hopefully, make it out alive, but you might want a bulletproof vest. This appears to be wonderful St Albans, which is very leafy in the autumnal sunshine here, and yeah, lovely the weather. Apparently, I've heard that back at home, way up north, it is raining this morning. which is, you know, fantastic to hear when you've got such fine weather going on 150 miles to the south. And so for a few hours we enjoyed the sunshine, which of course was uncharacteristic for this country at this time of year in late September, and enjoyed all of the architecture that comes with it as well. No tourists here either, unlike London, which you will see later on. And then we ventured into the cathedral as well, but there was no one on offer to offer us any insight onto the history of the building. Well, apart from one. The local yokel to talk to us about the cathedral.
Me? What do I know? Not religious. But St Albans. Having a good sleep. There he is. There's his old altar. Well, his base of the altar. Mr. Albans' altar.
So he does know a little bit. Loud doors as well.
This place has been restored a few times over, hasn't it? Still got the old wooden roof panels. Better around there. You got your marble, your stone, local stone.
Oh jeez, he's getting into it now. Well, we'll leave him to it. And then we took the short walk to the clock tower, where some local entertainment was on offer. Here in the beautiful fields in the St Albans area, a lovely sunny day, and temperatures around a little bit above average for the end of September, which is when this was recorded. No idea when it's going to be going out, but lovely place round here, although a little word of warning. Now, you have obviously probably been following Hurricane Lee and Maria, which has been active recently. Well, Lee's expected to come here tomorrow, I should think, or maybe a little bit after that. It was supposed to be tomorrow. The models were insinuating that. To be honest with you, I've not been tracking it, but it can't be too far away, and at some point something to do with one of those storms will be arriving here. What I do know is that this clear day isn't quite so clear anymore, and there are some clouds on the way, and you can hear the wind getting up as well. There will be some rain tonight, this afternoon maybe even, but definitely tonight into tomorrow, and it's going to be a washout for London when we're doing our documentary pieces, so I look forward to that. Blimey, that wind! And then from St Albans, the fairly short distance, or something around 60 miles round trip, to go round the ring road to the south part of London via Heathrow, where some planes reliably go over the motorway around every single minute, something like that. One of the busiest airports in the world. And you may be surprised to learn that you don't have to venture too far out of London to see views like these in the middle of the forest, in what would appear to be the middle of nowhere. Yes, they do exist, but now we'll contrast it with something else. Next on the Hotel Inspector Road is the Crystal Lodge Hotel, some sort of low place here that we got, not my doing, over here in South London, in Croydon. So now we get to review the other room, and well, it's just one room as you can see, which is rather odd. What's even odder is that there's actually 5 beds when there's only 3 people staying staying here wants doubles, so could actually sleep 6 in this room. And they don't really seem to have anything else apart from a sink, which is in the room. I'm guessing it's a shower? That's a mirror, and I assume it's a shower. The bathroom appears to be somewhere else entirely. How odd. But this is what you get in small B&Bs in the south of London. Everything is very pricey, especially if you book anything at the last minute, which is what my superiors certainly did. So that's why we've ended up here on the second night. But hopefully the beds are nice enough, and for one night, and for maybe 2 or 3, you could probably get away with it just fine. In the meantime, that's them now. And then guess what? It started to rain. Here's London on a Saturday evening, or at least many parts of it look a little bit like this. Well, maybe not with a big cooperative truck next to us, but very interesting accents, very interesting noises that are made. A lot of people getting drunk way before their time. We're coming up to 11 o'clock, and let's see if we can sample what our people are like. Maybe not intimately, but just as an aside. Where are we? Now we're about to spend our second night over here, still in the London area, not technically London, but I've been told to ask a particular question that I asked of our local yokel here last year in Amsterdam. I asked him what was his favourite pet, what was Amsterdam's favourite pet, and he said bicycle. So what is London's favourite pet?
Shard.
The Shard. And I thought it might have been a corgi maybe. That's just the Queen.
Toss up with taxis.
Good morning. Today's Sunday and we are here once again in London, in the London area. We are going into the centre today. We've got 2 particular stops that we need to make, to Westminster and also off towards the west as well. Maybe there'll be some other places we'll be going to, who knows. But we will get some decent views, although, as predicted, the weather is certainly not with us. And that there is the aforementioned Shard, London's tallest building, and also the UK's tallest at least at this moment in time. So someone asked me to see whether a snail would go faster than one of those Royal Guards. So we'll just see how quickly those Chinese tourists get there, and they'll probably get there before any of the guards move. Okay, that's Buckingham Palace done, let's move on. Behind me is where the Prime Minister lives, Downing Street, at number 10 no less. A few other people live there too. I mean, it would be pretty weird if the Prime Minister had just one house to themselves. But it's a not particularly long street in the middle of central London here. And every few years someone gets elected and they go and live in this place, which is the command centre to make most effective how they're going to ruin the country in the next few years. So I think Theresa's doing a good job of that right now, and whoever comes in next will probably do an even better job, as is the progression of the United Kingdom Parliament, which is, by the way, over there. I mean, they also get to decide just how locally everyone gets messed up in the United Kingdom in all of its 632 constituencies. So that's how it is, and autumn leaves falling with me as well. When you see red police vehicles like this as opposed to a normal white police vehicle, they're everywhere now, by the way. The red police vehicle is usually the armed units, so if you are going to commit a crime in London, make sure you don't do it near one of the red ones. That, by the way, is a bus, not a red police unit. This here is a cenotaph on November the 11th. Everyone comes here, including the Queen and the Prime Minister, to celebrate the dead from way back in World War I, of course. There are so many memorials to World War I because so many people lost their lives during that massive event in the early 20th century. Alright. I'm now standing in front of the usual iconic UK landmarks, which is Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament and a Hovis truck, apparently. Big Ben, as you can see, is under massive amounts of scaffolding right now. The clock tower, which is 159 years old, by the way, is now under renovation. And I don't think the clock's going to be working for a while or something like that. I think they have to stop it once or twice. Despite the icon that it isn't actually particularly reliable. It does break down quite often, especially when the weather is very changeable, which might be around now actually, considering how good a day we had yesterday and how poor it is today. It's freezing, and we've had a little bit of rain as well. Meanwhile, you've got all these buses that go by too, which offer you an even better view if you come to London. Find yourself in Westminster and it gets a little bit cold, come down to the tube where it's a little bit warmer, and what's more, a little known secret is that you can cross the roads underneath the ground. You don't have to wait at those traffic lights for half a day trying to cross the busiest roads in Britain. And if you ever get off at exit 3 at Westminster Station, you'll come out literally right outside the Houses of Parliament and the clock tower. You'll even be able to poke in just about. I tell you what, earlier this year something happened that we all know about, and as you can see we've now got barriers all along the bridge here. I think they're permanent, don't you? And this is tourism run amok. The Chinese love their telephone boxes, their big red buses, their English UK flags, and a Scotland one up there, by the way. They still want their independence, apparently. You tell me. That really is all the changing of the guard is. Now you've seen it, you don't have to come. About done here in London. Local yokel, get back here. You are now being loaded into the cannon, and we will now see no more of him. In you go. Bye. Oh, we missed it. You might wear funny hats, but don't mess with them.